About 3 months ago, I was able to demo Pivot's brand new version of their Mach 4, and I absolutely loved it. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll link it up above. I loved it so much, in fact, I went out and bought the bike. I finally have it all put together and ready to ride, and I'm a bit worried. What if my new bike doesn't meet up to the expectations and very fond memories I have of that demo ride? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go give this thing a ride. My name is Grant. This is Roo Bike. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, fingers crossed it's dry. Never fun. We can do it. Ooh, soggy bottom. I got mud flying everywhere. It's a good thing I have safety glasses on. This is ridiculous. And go. Oh, it has the same traction as the other one did. It is just a Sprinter. Whew. All right. We're not gonna wait to catch our breath, so sorry if I sound like you know what. Let's talk about first impressions of this bike. I don't know how to say it enough. This thing just literally feels like somehow they've managed to engineer less rolling resistance. And I'm sure that's, you know, the composite of a whole lot of things. The race tire in the back, the lighter weight, who knows, but that is for me, a very tangible, noticeable thing. As I'm pedaling, it just feels less effortful, which has allowed me to actually utilize this big boy 34 front chainring. Never ridden a chainring that big in the front before. Pleased to say, now that this guy has decided to work the rear derailleur, it shifts beautifully. I mean, I haven't tried any like super underload shifts, but man, it is smooth, and I absolutely love the button feel of that. It is such a happy feeling to hit those buttons. It feels so good. Let's talk about the brakes here for a second. I went with the SRAM Ultimate Level Stealth. And what makes them stealth is the way that they've hidden the brake line in line with this handlebar here. The one thing I have noticed about these brakes, this lever, not the pull and the action, but just the tactile feel of this lever, it's wonderful. It feels so purposeful, and it just feels good. It's one of those, I don't know, it's like a high-end sort of a finish, and it's very much appreciated. This RockShox lockout, man, it does wonders, especially on the road when I was coming up here. I absolutely loved it. This bike almost felt like my road bike on that hill. Now, I was a little concerned about this RockShox Reverb Access Dropper when I first built the bike. Let me show you why. That's violent. This thing comes up with a fury, but when you're using it and as you're sitting on it, you can actually modulate the rise and the lower of it. Absolutely beautiful. I love this thing. It feels so much more dialed in than my previous Fox Transfer did. I love it. Now, another weird upgrade that I chose to go for was this guy. It's the WTB Volt saddle. Now, I've had that on several bikes, but this one's different because I went with the Team Edition, which gives you these carbon rails, and this thing is feather light. Not only that, I normally ride a medium width saddle. You know, you do the whole how wide are your sit bones test sort of a thing, and it tells you based on your sit bones, you should be a medium. I didn't do that this time. I did a narrow. And funny thing enough, when I had this bike fit, the narrow, my pressure points were way more balanced and aligned with the narrow saddle than they were with the medium width saddle. So, and real world practicality, This is an amazingly comfortable saddle. I'm loving it. Now, one thing you may or may not be able to see is I wrapped this bad boy. Did it myself, which sucked. I don't know if I would ever recommend that to anyone unless you have some weird fetish with puzzles or just headaches or whatever. Ooh, can you see that sheen, that carbon sheen? They call this color midnight sky, but holy crap, it's just like this beautiful raw carbon. I love that look to it. Another thing, I am currently riding in the longer travel, which is the 115 travel. This is the cross-country build, not the World Cup build. So I've got the 115 mil travel setting on this bike right now, and it feels wonderful. It's super efficient. It's still super plush. I mean, I'm not going over anything crazy right now, so probably won't today with the amount of mud that's out here. This is a small frame, and as a result, that triangle is actually pretty tight. This is a smaller water bottle, and yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I could fit my normal 30-ounce water bottle on there, but it's working. All right, let's carry on. Well, the brakes are different. Never been a huge fan of SRAM brakes. Oh, little goat. My little goat. Hee-hee! Man! All right, so we started this video off by asking the question, what if you fall in love with the bike during a demo, find yourself quite possibly compulsively buying the bike on a spur-of-the-moment urge? Does your expectations and very fond memory actually match up to the reality once you own the bike? I'm sweating. Who knew it could be this hot in December? The truth is, it's better than my expectations. It's better than I remember. That bike, I wouldn't call it an entry-level bike by any means. The demo I rode, it was still amazing. This is just beautiful. And the thing that I just keep coming back to is how effortless it feels to pedal this thing. I mean, literally, it's like if there was a knob that controlled the rolling resistance, you might want to call it the pedaling efficiency, but it's more than that, right? It's the whole feel of the bike. Not just when you're pedaling, just the forward movement of the bike. It's like that knob, the rolling resistance, you could just turn it down and it just became easier. And I don't know what to say, but holy crap, I love it. I love it even more than the demo I rode. So I cannot wait to give this thing more of a go. I'm headed back down to the desert soon. I'm going to put this bike, the Mach 4, head-to-head against the Trail, my other bike, Trail 429. See if we can figure out what the differences are. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned for that. That should be coming soon. Long story short, I love this bike. Highly recommend it. If you like fast, if you like fun, if you like just smiling, like this bike makes me smile, makes me feel like a champion. And I like that. So Grant, El Roo bike. I gotta pedal home now. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. Do, 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 do. No idea what I'm saying here.